So, sir, my first question is, in what ways has the British High Commission helped Indian students for higher studies?
Oh goodness me, that's such a general and difficult question. So I think the thing I would say, of course, is that as the High Commission, Deputy High Commission based in Kolkata, education is the responsibility of my colleagues at the British Council, and the British Council run all sorts of programs across East and North East India from Kolkata, largely these days to help the teachers. So it's helping standards of English, pedagogy, and all the latest trends that are coming out of Britain. British Council, though, also hold many scholarship programs for those young people who are looking to study in Britain, and we also have our own programs, but they're slightly older for master's level students. The competition in education in India, this school is only 10 years old. I'm in shock. And you've got 4,500 students. There's such good education now in India that we're looking increasingly at postgraduate level masters for Indians to study in Britain. And this studio, I think, is an example of the sort of facilities that are available now in India. So I'm not sure you need much from Britain. You've got your own schools and your own capacities here. So anyway, I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Good.
Well, so my second question to you is, what are the different programs that the British High Commission can do in collaboration with our school?
Programs. Well, that's an interesting one. So, school again. I'm afraid we're looking increasingly at the graduate and postgraduate level, and we have in the past been running a series of debate competitions across India. I think we did one in Bhubaneswar. Great debates. We've now moved on to a series of events we do across India, which are called Young Thinkers Conferences. I'll be frank, the demographic is a little bit older, but we've done this year, we did our second Young Thinkers Conference, and we've done Young Thinkers Conferences in seven metro cities plus, I think, whichever the non-metro city is out of the seven, possibly I think Pune, which is, I don't know if Pune is a metro city, but we do those, and again my British Council colleagues do all sorts of things with schools and colleges and other institutions.
Thank you, so that actually answers my second question.
Oh no, oh yes, oh good, okay, but you've got one more.
Yes, so we've got one more. It's a pretty general question, as what is the impact of education on students as well as teachers?
What's the impact on education on students? That's a very general question. I'm a student, so at the moment, as well as doing my job, every so often I try and find some hours to study. I'm doing a master's degree by distance with SOAS, that's the School of Oriental and African Studies in London. And I think that's partly for my own, to keep my brain young. I'm getting old, it's getting a bit slow, but it's also part of I don't know what you call it, I can't remember what you call it in India. We call it continual professional development in Britain. That's a sort of private sector term. You're all nodding, so I think that means you have continual professional development. Education doesn't stop, I think. What does it teach students rather than teachers? I think I'm going to be difficult for your teachers now. I think the point about education is you should keep asking and keep testing the teachers, because the boundaries of our knowledge of our world, whether it be the universe or our brains, are still expanding. We probably will never know. We still don't know some of the deep answers to the philosophical questions in life. So your students have got to keep testing the teachers, I think, because the change in our knowledge in things like genetics has changed so much that if I were a teacher, I would worry, because you just can't keep up with all of this sort of research and discoveries that we have now. Was that a good answer? Was that good?
Yes,
good enough?
That was
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me. It's a delight to be here at SAI.
Thank you.
Thank you.